So New York City is set to begin requiring public schools to adopt a brand new reading curriculum. This after years of declining literacy rates.
Schools Chancellor David Banks says hundreds of public schools have been teaching reading the wrong way for the last 2 decades. And the new reading approach is the beginning of a massive turnaround. The Schools Chancellor David Banks joining us this morning. Nice to have you back on Good Day New York.
Pleasure to be here.
Is it a new approach? I feel like it's old school. Didn't I have like phonics?
That's exactly what it is, Rosanna. It's a return to the old school. So many of us who grew up, we learn through phonics. We learn through a way of decoding words and understanding how to break down words and make meaning. And over the last 20, 25 years, we really got away from that. A lot of our adults are not even so clear about what happened. They said, isn't that the way you learn how to read? So this, in many ways, is a return to the basic foundation of how you really learn to read.
So, Chancellor, I was reading this story yesterday, and about half of our city kids from 3rd to 8th grade cannot read? Half?
51% do not read on grade level.
How is that possible?
We should all be outraged. 64% of Latino students do not read. 63% of Latino students don't read on grade level. 64% of black students don't read on grade level. It's outrageous.
How is this allowed to every year be okay?
Well, it's not okay, and we all as a society should have been really making a lot of noise about this. You know, I think parents, when we send our children to school, we expect that the teachers know best and are going to ensure that our kids will be literate. But I think what has happened is that our teachers were given the wrong playbook. They were giving something, and many of them, what's called balanced literacy, where students at their earliest ages were not learning really to decode words and get the basic foundation in reading. They were doing a lot of guessing and trying to just enjoy books and have fun, but they were not learning the foundation. It's like building a house starting on the 2nd floor. There's a very different way that we have to do it.
So you're saying that this, I guess, lower level of reading across the board happened before COVID, this has been going on for years. So why did they change it in the first place?
That's a good question. I think over the years, somehow or another, there were folks who thought that, you know, the way we were teaching was boring and it wasn't engaging kids well enough, and they had, I think, some good intentions around how we could potentially make reading more exciting. But in doing that, they just missed some fundamental steps that we refer to as phonics.
Yeah.
And I want you to know this is not just in New York. This is all across the nation. And you know, in Chicago, 80% of the kids in Chicago do not read on grade level. In Detroit, 91% do not read on grade level. This is happening all across the nation.
So what is the plan going to be? What's the plan going to look like? Obviously, you're going to implement this across the board right away, or is there phased?
Yes, it's a 2-year phase-in. We're starting out with almost half of the school districts across New York City. You know, we have the largest school system in the nation. And so half of the districts, starting this September, will be launching what we call NYC Reads, a brand new approach. Every school district in the city is going to have to work with one very specific science-backed curriculum that we have already vetted and have said this is solid curriculum. There are 3 different choices. They get to make a choice of one, but the entire district has to use the same curriculum. It's going to allow for all the teachers in that district to be on the same page. We can ensure a level of continuity and stability for our kids.
Some schools are saying, hey, we are doing it the old way, or sorry, the current way before we change it, and it's working for us. And they don't want to have to go back to, you know, the phonics-based learning.
We're carving out an exception for just a handful of schools.
Okay.
We have 700 elementary schools across New York City. We only have about less than 20 that actually have at least 85% of their kids who are scoring at proficient level or better. Think about that, out of 700. So there are only a handful of schools that are really hitting it out the park. So for those schools, yeah, we'll allow them to continue to do what they've been doing. But the overwhelming majority need the extra supports.
Interesting you said that. Okay, so the UFT, the teachers union, on board with you.
Yep.
Principals union, right? The CSA, they issued a statement saying, we fully support the DOE's efforts to provide resources for students who have not yet demonstrated sufficient growth. We don't agree that mandating a single curriculum across a given school district is how to reach this critical objective.
I think they are supporters. I know Henry Rubio, he's the head of that union. We're talking every day about how to make this happen. I think at the end of the day, we're going to be in a good place. Most New Yorkers, I think, would probably disagree with that statement, because if they've been making their own choices up till now and getting the results, I wouldn't be stepping in to make a change here. Yeah. The fact of the matter is that the results have not been acceptable, and that's the reason we're making a change.
So let's talk about universal pre-K for a second, because we made a big deal about it. Sure. A lot of these kids are now, what, in 3rd and 4th grade,
right,
at least. Do you see any significant changes in their reading habits, or are they still kind of stuck in the system with not being at grade level?
I think we've seen some improvements. I think the pre-K and 3K have been really, really important steps that started during the prior administration. The problem is that we've still been giving them a flawed playbook on reading from the very beginning. So this announcement that we've made is going to have the right instructional approach, and when you marry that with the early childhood, early start, then you have the chance to have dramatic change in our system.
You know, I mean, we've been talking about it for years. In fact, when you were first announced as school chancellor, we were talking about how some of these kids in the system are just getting promoted without earning the promotion.
That's right. And that's exactly what this is, Rosanna. From the very beginning, we've gotten it wrong. And these are teachers who are hardworking, they are committed, they love their kids, they're smart. It's not been their fault. We gave the teachers the wrong approach. Yesterday, we announced a brand new approach that is going to be great for teachers and great for kids.
I mean, even though it's the wrong approach, this is coming from someone who has been held back in school, the numbers show that teachers can make that choice to hold a child back if they feel like they're not ready to move on to the next grade. So why would they make the choice to keep passing them on to the next grade when they're insufficient at their grade level of learning?
Listen, I think there are a lot of issues. There have been lots of issues in our school system. I think sometimes we think that if you just continue to move them on, at some point they may catch up. There's a lot of research that says when you hold kids back, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to improve. And so there have been a lot of issues around all of those
Chancellor,
kinds
you're
of
saying
things.
this is why I am the way I am?
Now you tell her.
I think it's why you're saying this is why I'm messed up.
Now you tell her.
You're the exception to the rule, exactly.
Let me just ask you about the migrants, because that's not factored into this research yet, because a friend of mine is a teacher in the public schools, and she says the migrant children are obviously have major learning difficulties and challenges. And she said not only, you know, they're not getting the support at home because some of their parents are not only illiterate in English, they're illiterate in Spanish. How is that factoring in now to the New York City public school? And is that going to hold kids back in our area?
Listen, the kids who have been coming here as asylum-seeking families really are facing even greater challenges than any of our other students are facing. Just having them made that journey to come here has been traumatic on its face. And then the language acquisition is also a challenge. So there are even greater challenges with them. We will meet this moment. There are additional supports that we are putting in place and that we will have to continue to put in place. But all that is being rolled into our plan in this new announcement as well.
Will it keep the kids back in the classroom that need the advancement?
Yeah, if kids are not able to make the mark, we're not just going to continue to move them on. But I think more importantly than that, ensuring that we're getting it right from the beginning and making sure that kids get the fundamentals and how to actually read. Parents all across New York City are saying this is an amen day because they've been saying for a long time, what is it about my child that they're struggling so much in school? And they're wondering if it was their own son or daughter. And we're telling them, it's not your son or daughter, they are fine. We have been the ones that have been using the wrong approach, and we're fixing the approach.
Hooked on phonics. I gotta say, it works for me. Works for me.
It worked for us.
It worked for me too.
All
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you.
School Chancellor David Banks, thank you so much. Good luck. You got your hands full.
I do, but I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.